Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Wildwood coming to you with another video on the Trx4M. This is the Bronco, and I put the low range gear transmission in it, and I didn't like the way the body was squatting. When you run the vehicle, it tended to look abnormal when it was going on the ground. So I decided to stiffen up the shocks, and what I did was, first off, I took some shock oil, and I used 60 weight shock oil. So I doubled it because I did some looking online, and Trx4M uses the 30 weight silicone oil. So I decided to put the 60 weight in it and see if that would solve the problem. It did for a little bit, but it still had the dip and the dive in the rear of the body. The body would do this in the back and everything. So that's with the 60 weight in it right now. And so I still had somewhat of an issue with it's squatting in the rear. So I went down to Harbor Freight and I picked up a grommet assortment here, and I believe it was I want to say the 7/16 one down here that I put on it. And what I did was I took the shocks off. I'll show you here. I'm going to put the camera down for a second, and then I'll come right back after I get the body off. Well, I might be able to get the body off with just one hand video shooting here. Here we go. Let me get the body off of here. Yeah. So as you can see right here, what I did was I slid the grommet up to the top. The Trx4M comes with those little plastic clips, but I was afraid I was going to need more than what they had, so I went ahead and just started with the grommet, and it seemed to work really, really well. I really liked it. It still has real good articulation. This front shock on the left side though is a little bit too stiff. I think I'm going to have to go back in there and bleed that shock a little bit by loosening that cap. But when it rides on the ground, you'll notice here, I'll go ahead and put the body back on it. Oh, the other thing that I did was I also moved the shocks forward on the rear to give it I think everybody's doing that little trick online. I'm basically building this one up to be a crawler. I'm going to change the servo out. I've got some other parts over here. Some brass for the front, and all metal servo, and some other stuff. If you're looking for these nuts, by the way, for the wheels, because if you drop one of those things, they go flying and you'll never find it. These are the ones I got at the hobby store. He said he didn't have the Trx4M ones in stock yet, but it's a nylon nut, 2.5 millimeter, and that's the ARMA number. But that'll fit the wheels. That's a real small nut. Everything on this thing is small. I had to get this computer tray here, silicone mat, and I like it because this is magnetic. So when you drop a screw right here, it just sticks to that mat. You don't have to worry about losing that screw because it's magnetic. And it has a bunch of things for your tools and everything. And these silicone mats work pretty good. I got it on Amazon. So anyways, let me show you how this truck works with the newly installed things. Hopefully the dog won't go nuts. But as you can see here, she doesn't squat all that bad now. Let me try and figure out how to do this with the camera. All right, yeah, left-handed here. Okay, here we go. So, and then when you reverse it, it doesn't squat anymore. So basically, that's all I did to it. It's really not a good representation of it because I'm trying to hold the camera and do it, but you can see no more squatting. The body stays real stable, and I really like the way it works now. No, here, sit down. Leave the toy alone. Quit it. Hey, get away from there. So anyways, that's basically how I did it. This is the Defender that I had built up. Those are the Endura wheels with the DJ crawler tires. This one has the Traxxas with the Mickey Thompson tires on it. These are plastic, but the brass, there is brass wheel weights inside of this. Like I said, I'm building this one for a crawler. This one I didn't do anything to the gearing. I like the speed. The gearing did slow this one down. So if you're going to walk around with this thing, it's not going to get there pretty quick. It's basically just for crawling. But I mean, inside the house, it works good. So anyways, I just wanted to show that video and give you some ideas on how to stiffen up those shocks. You could probably use those plastic clips, but I decided to just use the grommet. I was going to use O-rings, but the grommet assortment seemed to work good, and like I said, it was the 7/16 size. These are fun little trucks to piddle with. The suspension is super soft, and so are the tires. You know, I may change to some foam type tires. The DJ crawlers on the Defender over there have foams inside of them, and they also have the wheel weights in them. So that's a good little truck there. But this one I'm going to build up just to be a crawler, and the other one I'll have to where that can do trails if I want to do a little trail walking or something. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to my channel. It really helps out. I enjoy sharing these tips and you know, tricks that we all learn. That's how I learn from everybody else, and it really helps out because taking these things apart can be pretty tricky. There's a lot of little tiny screws in there and everything. And like I said, right now this evening I'm probably going to start working on that servo and replacing that with an all metal servo. If you notice, that's the crawl. Yeah, it doesn't. See the frame, the way the frame flexes in there? Well, the servo. Before I stiffened everything up on those shocks, those servos were really diving into the body. You can see it move there a little bit. Okay, well, anyways, thanks for watching, and happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to everybody. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching.